What up, everybody? Power Book 4 Season 2, Episode 8. Stacy Marks showed up at Mireya's front door, telling her how dangerous Tommy Egan was. Then before leaving, Stacy told Mireya to ask Tommy about LaKeisha Grant. This was following Che's daughter's quinceañera that Tommy walked into unexpectedly with a gift for Che's daughter, using it as an opportunity to meet Che. Mireya stormed out of this party furious and told Tommy she needs some time to think about if she wants to continue their relationship or not. Fast forwarding to episode 9, and Mireya overhears Miguel telling Abuelita that he's going to meet up with Diamond Sampson, merge CBI and the Insane Prince gang, then kill Tommy. After this, Mireya rushed to Tommy's loft to tell him what she heard. But before she told him about Miguel, Mireya asked Tommy the question, who is LaKeisha Grant? Suspecting that Tommy was still involved with another woman in New York. Then Tommy told Mireya that LaKeisha was the woman he was going to marry. That she wasn't built for this life and that she's dead now. Then Tommy asked Mireya why she was testing him. And her reply was, because she always knew that one day she would have to choose between Tommy and Miguel. Mireya told Tommy, Miguel wants you dead, but I want you alive. And if Miguel wants you dead, then F him. Then Mireya told Tommy something very interesting, that Miguel has never seen me for who I really am. But you see me, Tommy. What do you think Mireya meant by this statement? Keep in mind the episode after Miguel roughed up Mireya's ex-boyfriend, Dr. Kendall. When Mireya came to confront Miguel, he told her that she is just like him. Is she talking about that Tommy sees that she's not like Miguel and that she's actually a good person? But while this conversation was happening, Mireya's grandmother was being killed by a car bomb. And keep in mind that Abuelita was the one with all the wisdom. Even Miguel's own soldiers know that Miguel is weak without her. This is what Nunez was telling Mirkovich after Mirkovich shortened his pay for hitting the wrong target. At Abuelita's funeral, Tommy and Diamond showed up to pay their respect. And we finally got to see the scene I've been talking about ever since episode 1 when Tommy said, "It's nice to see you again." I was hoping he was talking to Ghost or some other OG character, but this scene was still funny nonetheless because the fact Miguel is so clueless. But Tommy had figured out that Miguel had a traitor in his organization that the Serbs used to plant the bomb. And because of that, he wanted Mireya to stay with him for a little while until Tommy thought she would be safe. It was at this time that Mireya pointed Tommy in the direction of Nunez to be the traitor. Some people have wondered why Nunez betrayed Miguel with Mirkovich and not Tommy. This is because Miguel and Mirkovich are known enemies, while Tommy and Miguel are still business partners. But notice how quickly that Mireya was able to figure out that Nunez was the traitor. Just like Abuelita even warned Miguel last episode to watch out for Nunez, that she heard he was unhappy. And Miguel still never suspected Nunez of betraying him. Miguel is starting to remind me a lot of the story Kanan told Tariq about Breeze, that he is strong but not smart. Abuelita has warned Miguel over and over again, and he never took heed to any of her warnings, even though she has been right every time. But in a way, that's real life too. When we are young, our parents or grandparents give us certain wisdom concerning things, but oftentimes we don't listen because we want to go out and live and learn things for ourselves. And oftentimes that is called learning the hard way. It was also at this time that Tommy gave Mireya the codes to his place. Now, I completely believe that Tommy can trust Mireya. And he obviously trusts her or he wouldn't have gave her the codes. But if she did want to betray Tommy, she does have the perfect opportunity now that Tommy trusts her so much he gave her the codes to his place. But I don't think that in any way she plans to betray Tommy, because at the end of the episode, when Tommy got home, Mireya told Tommy that she loved him, unconsciously while she was sleeping. This should confirm that Tommy could trust her. Before that, Mireya was sharing her contingency plan with Tommy to go to Barcelona. Keep in mind that Tommy has never had a contingency plan before. Tommy's only plan has ever been to ride this game until the wheels fall off. Is Tommy beginning to change? Is this part of the reason why Tommy had mercy on Tasha? Getting me to the clip with Mireya and Tommy from the episode 10 trailer where Mireya is looking at Tommy's necklace. Now, I don't think he wears his grandma's ring on the necklace anymore, but this could be a conversation about Holly still. Keep in mind that Kate told LaKeisha about what Tommy did to Holly, and LaKeisha was willing to stay until Blanca threatened Cash. This is actually what confirmed to Tommy that LaKeisha was the one, and after he went looking for an engagement ring. But there is a big problem. Vic Flynn planted the bug in Tommy's loft. So if they get Tommy confessing to killing Holly on the wire, there will be major problems. Tommy has already told Mireya about LaKeisha, and telling her about Holly would be the next step if he wanted to keep it all the way 100 with her. But in my personal opinion, he shouldn't bring up Holly to Mireya. The people in your present don't need to know everything about your past. Some skeletons need to just stay buried. Getting me to the question, will Mireya be different from LaKeisha and Holly? LaKeisha would have been the one for Tommy if it not been for Cash. And Kate even warned Tommy about LaKeisha early in their relationship that she would always choose Cash over him. And that's the big difference between LaKeisha and Mireya. As far as Holly goes, I personally never trusted her to begin with, and was very glad when Tommy canceled Holly's Christmas. But one thing I can say about Holly that was different than LaKeisha is that she held it down when she was being questioned by the feds. Not saying she wasn't a snitch though, because she is willing to snitch on ghosts with the quickness. If Tommy would have found out about that, he would have already had reason to cancel Christmas on Holly. But I definitely think that Mireya has potential to be different. The actress who plays Mireya is killing that role. That scene when she stormed out of Che's daughter's quinceañera was fire and some of the best acting I've seen on the show. And one quick thing before I go. I've heard a lot of people talk about Tommy and Mireya have fallen in love after just a few days or something like that. But keep in mind that each episode does not represent a day. The time frame of 2 episodes is anywhere from about a week to a month. Just this past episode, we saw Abuelita die and have her funeral the same episode, for example. So I'm thinking the time frame of season 2 so far has been anywhere from 2 to 5 months or maybe even longer. And there you have it. Will Mireya be different? Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.